What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some very interesting news. As former two-time unified heavyweight world champion British superstar boxer Anthony Joshua, 24 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 22 wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age, stands at 6'6" with an 82-inch arm reach. Okay, Anthony Joshua, he's scheduled to face off and get his opportunity to regain his title against Oleksandr Usyk, former Olympic gold medalist, former undisputed cruiserweight turned heavyweight unified world champion Oleksandr Usyk in his next bout. Okay, Anthony Joshua, he fought Oleksandr Usyk prior already, and Anthony Joshua, he came up short against Oleksandr Usyk. Okay, and with that said, we anticipated Anthony Joshua to face off against the Ukraine superstar Oleksandr Usyk. 19 wins, no losses, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach in May of this year. Okay, but with that said, Anthony Joshua has now revealed for his fellow countrymen and for the better part of the sport of boxing, since he came up short against Oleksandr Usyk, that he wouldn't mind taking step-aside money as long as he gets the winner and allow his fellow countrymen, undefeated two-time heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, 31 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, stands 6'9" with an 85-inch arm reach. He will allow Tyson Fury to face off against Oleksandr Usyk for an undisputed match next. So we could possibly be getting an undisputed heavyweight showdown next, okay? Because Tyson Fury, he's scheduled to face off against British heavyweight star title contender Dillian Whyte, who is the WBC mandatory challenger. 28 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out 2 times in his career. He is 33 years of age, stands at 6'4" with a 78-inch arm reach, okay? With that said, Tyson Fury, he has to face his mandatory, and it looks like the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, are willing to force a purse bid, okay, and give Tyson Fury a 30-day notice in which Tyson Fury could possibly relinquish the title, okay? Tyson Fury, he let it be known he has no interest in facing off against Dillian Whyte, okay? He stated that he wants to fight Oleksandr Usyk and he wants to fight for the title, okay? And so the WBC, as a backup plan, they placed Olympic bronze medalist, former WBC American heavyweight world champion superstar boxer Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder at number 1 in the WBC ranking system. So should Tyson Fury vacate his belt, then Deontay Wilder would be at the opportunity to face off against Dillian Whyte for the vacant WBC title. But it looks like Anthony Joshua could possibly take step-aside money to allow this to come to fruition, that being Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk in his next fight, okay? And if that's the case, we could get an undisputed match. Is the WBC going to, allow Tyson Fury to go ahead and push forward with this fight? Now, we know Dillian Whyte, he was scheduled to face Otto Wallin, but Dillian Whyte, he pulled out of the fight and cited a shoulder injury where nobody believes that he had a serious shoulder injury that caused him to pull out of the fight, because we know he was automatically in position to fight for the title. And he didn't want to run the risk of losing to Otto Wallin, a guy who gave Tyson Fury one of the toughest fights, if not the toughest fight, not named Deontay Wilder, in his career, okay? So with that said, Otto Wallin, he lost to Tyson Fury. He lost a unanimous decision, but Otto Wallin, 22 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 14 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, and 6'5.5" with a 78-inch arm reach. He's a natural big southpaw that has boxing ability, okay? That's the only blemish on his resume, but he's slick. And Dillian Whyte didn't want to run the risk of losing Otto Wallin. Remember, Dillian Whyte was already in position to face Deontay Wilder or the WBC mandatory challenger, but Dillian Whyte was brutally knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, okay? And after he was knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, I'm sure Dillian Whyte's team, Dillian Whyte and everybody else involved, decided that it would be for their best interest to, just sit it out and just wait for your opportunity to get a title, opposed to taking a fight against Otto Wallin and possibly run the risk of losing. Okay, and so with that said, this is very interesting. Okay, because many people question if Anthony Joshua still had the motivation. Okay, there's a lot of videos and a lot of interviews and things of that nature that's possibly people are feeling like Anthony Joshua is somewhat, straying away from the sport of boxing. That he's not focused on the sport of boxing. Okay, and so with that said, Anthony Joshua, he stated that he was working very hard for this rematch. We know it's not the first time he lost. He was dropped 4 times, ultimately stopped by Andy Ruiz Jr. June 1st, 2019 in Madison Square Garden for his first heavyweight American professional debut. Okay, so with that said, he lost that fight, and then now he lost this fight to Oleksandr Usyk, and many people feel like Anthony Joshua should go different routes before going into a fight, a media rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. Anthony Joshua, he even attests to this. Okay, Anthony Joshua, he said many people are calling for me to take a tune-up, not go straight away into a fight with Oleksandr Usyk, a media rematch. He said, but what am I boxing for? If I'm not going to go into and I'm not going to have the confidence to go into a media rematch, then what am I doing, right? But now Anthony Joshua is changing his tune. Now he's saying that he's willing to take step-aside money. This is huge, okay? The question is, where does this leave Dillian Whyte? Does Dillian Whyte now go ahead and face off against Otto Wallin? Okay, does the WBC allow Tyson Fury to go into this Undisputed showdown? Because this is what the fans want to see, Undisputed, okay? Because you best believe if Anthony Joshua had beaten Oleksandr Usyk, then we would be on the verge of getting Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua for Undisputed in the UK or in Dubai or, Saudi Arabia, okay? Because let's not forget, Dillian Whyte was the mandatory before, and he lost his position, and they placed him back in that position after he beat Oleksandr Usyk. But Tyson Fury had a contractually obligated trilogy match with Deontay Wilder, and yet they were willing to allow Deontay Wilder to be stepped aside and allow Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua for Undisputed in the UK. Okay, so with that said, this is a clear indication that for the better part of the bigger money fight, they will bend the rules. Okay, they will change the rules. They'll make adjustments to the rules. And so this is no different situation. Anthony Joshua is saying he's willing to take step-aside money. It's ironic because Anthony Joshua is already $100 millionaire. Okay, Anthony Joshua already, makes $25 to $30 million a fight. Okay, so how much step-aside money is Anthony Joshua willing to take? Okay, and keep in mind, they were stating that, Deontay Wilder was looking for absurd amount of money to step aside from Tyson Fury fight, but we see that proved not to be true at all. Okay, and so with that said, Tyson Fury, he was unwilling to pay Deontay Wilder, but maybe Tyson Fury can, convince Oleksandr Usyk, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, because remember Eddie Hearn co-promotes Oleksandr Usyk, to convince Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, who, remember, Eddie Hearn, he promotes Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua as well, okay? And maybe it serves as best interest for Anthony Joshua to allow this to take place and allow Anthony Joshua to get his full confidence back and get in the win column. We've seen Anthony Joshua seems to be a bit out of character. He's coming to the United States. He's looking for different trainers. He said, he told Ronnie Shields, well-renowned trainer, Hall of Fame trainer, that he has the dog in him. He just needs the right trainers to pull that dog out of him. Okay, so this sounds like Anthony Joshua is searching for himself. And it may not be the right decision for Anthony Joshua to go straight away into a fight with Oleksandr Usyk if his confidence is already wavered. Okay, because Oleksandr Usyk is fully confident, who's a southpaw, who has a huge amateur background pedigree. He's an undisputed cruiserweight champion. He was outboxing Anthony Joshua, and Oleksandr Usyk, unlike Andy Ruiz, he's not going to come in out of shape. Andy Ruiz Jr., I told everybody the biggest fight in Andy Ruiz Jr. career was the second fight with Anthony Joshua, because nobody saw him coming the first fight. Okay, the element of surprise was eliminated, and now he had to prove that he belonged there. So the biggest fight of his career was the second fight against Anthony Joshua, and he came in at nearly 300 pounds, completely out of shape, stated that he only went to the gym and trained twice a week going into the biggest fight of his career because he was celebrating his victory, and he lost. That's not going to be the case with Oleksandr Usyk. He's going to come in even more prepared than he was the first time, because now he calculated 12 rounds. Oleksandr Usyk is a very, very smart, very high ring IQ boxer. He's a boxer's boxer, okay? And so with that said, he may not be the biggest puncher, but he's a high ring IQ, and he computed 12 rounds of what he needed to see from Anthony Joshua. And now Oleksandr Usyk said that he believes he's going to stop Anthony Joshua in the rematch. So maybe this bodes well for Anthony Joshua, whose confidence may not be as high as it should be, to go ahead and take step-aside money, face somebody else, as long as he's guaranteed the winner, and allow this Undisputed showdown to take place. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebony Bridges, Blonde Bomber, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.